Another day, another test ride. Today I'm on the BMW C650 GT, and if you've watched my previous video about the perfect touring bike, or what makes the ultimate touring bike, I mentioned that there was a model that I test rode 2 years ago that ticked all the boxes: comfort, practicality, able to carry a passenger comfortably, loads of luggage space, relatively powerful engine. This bike, the BMW C650 GT, ticks all those boxes. In my opinion, it looks very nice, although looks are quite subjective. But so yes, here I am today on the C650 GT, BMW's maxi scooter. This is a big old thing. It's got, it weighs 261 kilograms weight, so that's roughly 50 kilograms heavier than my F800 GT. It has a smaller engine. It's a 647cc parallel twin 4-stroke, and that engine produces 60 brake horsepower and I think 56 Newton meters of torque. I'll put the numbers up, the exact numbers up on screen as usual. So as you can see, weather's quite rubbish today, which is good to an extent because it gives me an opportunity to test the wind and weather protection capabilities of the bike. This particular bike comes equipped with what they call the Highline package. So this is the C650 GT Highline, and that includes heated seats, which I've switched off because they are very, very hot, and it's really warm today, so it's 13 degrees I think. So it's got heated seats, it's got heated grips, and as you can see, it has plenty of go. So back to the Highline package. On top of the heated seats and heated grips, it comes with these things here, these triangles, which are indicators for what they call the proximity warning system, or something like that. I don't remember the exact name. The bike comes with a few sensors both on the front and on the rear, and in theory this should flash when you're doing more than 30 kilometers an hour and an object comes within 5 meters of the bike. I've seen these lights come on a couple of times. However, on a few occasions there were no cars behind me, so I'm not really sure what triggered the sensors. And it's not something I'd spend a few £100 on. This bike has more than enough comfort, size, protection, fuel tank size, power, more than enough to take both rider and pillion on a long distance trip. In fact, this is pure luxury. So far, the only negative thing that I've found about this bike is the fact that the electronically adjustable windscreen does not go up enough to clear the air above my helmet. So I have, at motorway speeds, I have a lot of buffeting on top of my helmet. Otherwise, I'm sitting inside a bubble of quietness. However, all this turbulence on top of my helmet generates a lot of noise inside the helmet. I'm not sure whether you can pick that up on the microphone or if my voice is coming through clear because of the wind noise, but it is really creating a lot of turbulence. So that is a negative. I think that if we're doing lots and lots of miles on this, you need a bit more quietness. Of course, you can wear earplugs, but this is a bit of a disappointment. I was hoping that it would be quieter. So the transmission on this CVT continuous variation transmission makes for a very small ride. Although on this particular bike, not this model, this particular bike, maybe because it's not a new bike, maybe because it has, I don't know, it needs servicing or anything. So the transmission belt is not as smooth as it should be when you're pulling away from a standstill. It slips for a bit and it makes this annoying whining sound. But that is something that could be easily fixed. So it's probably most likely an issue with this bike and not the model itself. I test rode C650 GT, a brand new demonstrator bike, 2 years ago, almost to the day, and it was butter smooth. So this is an annoyance on this particular bike and not on the model. So right now we're sitting in traffic. I know this doesn't make for a very exciting video, but it does showcase capabilities of this bike. So I'm doing what, 10-15 miles an hour, and my feet are resting on these huge footrests, very comfortable footrests, completely protected by the massive fairing in front of the bike. No cold, no rain, no nothing, and doing very slow speed, as I was just doing back there, is extremely easy. The bike, just because of the low center of gravity, due to the fact that the engine is very low on the bike, and the fuel tank as well. This bike just it's like a pendulum. It just wants to stay upright. I can virtually stop, go to a complete standstill before I need to put my feet on the ground. Speaking of putting my feet on the ground, although it's not a very tall bike, it does seem tall because the seat is very wide. I'm not a short guy, not a tall guy, I'm 5'11", but yeah, the width of the seat makes it feel a bit taller than it actually is. The seat is super comfortable. So the ride is massively comfortable. The seat has you don't get as many nods from other riders when you're on one of these, but I don't care. To me, so far, this is the most comfortable bike I've ever ridden, and given that it ticks what I think are all the right boxes to make it a touring bike, oh man, this really is the perfect touring bike. It's very easy to ride in traffic as well. And it handles very well. It's quite nimble despite of its size and weight. Look at that. And I'm just shifting my body weight around on the seat, so and that's more than enough to make it go from side to side like that. What a beautifully balanced bike. Well, you can tell that it's not a super fast bike. This overtake here, for instance, on the GT would have been a lot quicker and easier. But, I mean, if you buy one of these bikes, you're not really looking for very, very high performance, are you? I would most likely not have this as my single bike. But as a second bike, I would not mind having it in my garage at all. And go touring on it. I'd love to have something funnier, sportier for my daily rides and just a quick blast down the road, or even a quick tour. But for sensible riding and travelling, oh man, nothing can beat this, I think. So I just wanted to showcase the kind of urban capabilities of the bike by riding in traffic, and just showing that it's very, very easy to ride this bike at slow speeds. I haven't been able to do a lot of filtering, but let's try. I don't like to filter on the inside, but let's try doing it now. So filtering, filtering, filtering along. Filtering, filtering, this is my filtering song. Filtering, filtering, filtering along. Very, very easy to handle. Not a problem at all. And slow speed riding is, look at that, 0 foot down on the deck. Very, very nice. So here we are, BMW North Oxford. As always, thank you for watching, and don't forget to comment, like, share, subscribe, all the usual nonsense, and I'll see you on my next video. Ta-da!